g'day and welcome as we get ready for this final race of the Dunlop Series. Ash Walsh starting from pole with Steve Owen alongside. Jack Perkins, Taz Douglas are on row 2. Then Andrew Jones and Chris Pither. Cam Waters next from Aaron Russell. Dale Wood, the champ, will start from position number 9. Nick McBride in the Tony D'Alberto team Ford starts from position 10. Drew Russell just outside the 10 with Casey Stoner. Paul Morris, Jeff Emery, Sam Walter put in a good drive from back of grid to get to 15th in race 1. Brett Hobson, Aaron McGill, the most experienced man in the Dunlop Series. Michael Hector, 22nd in last year's championship winning car. Andre Heimgartner had dramas yesterday. He's 24th. Problems too for Gary Jacobson and Marcus Zukanovic. They start down towards the back then. This is drama. No. This is Ash Walsh, the pole man. He's gone past his grid position. He's pulled off at pit exit. What is going on here? Has he got a failure of some sort in that car?
That's terrible for Ash. He dominated yesterday. He was going incredibly well.
We might get Rihanna to head down to Matt Stone's team and find out what's gone on, but he's cleared the zone. At least that's smart, because if he does have a problem, the last thing you want is 28 other cars to come firing up behind you.
Dead right, buried
stuck on the grid.
Exactly. Well, that's a real shame. Ash has done a great job all year. He would have loved to have finished it off with a win.
Saw him last night as he was walking back from the track. He's got the big beard going and everything. He said, it's bringing me luck. I want to keep going. Perhaps he should have shaved it off.
That's right.
So it leaves Steve Owen alone. Now, this opens the door for Owen to win the round. And if he does, he'll become the most winning man in Dunlop Series history. He's the first man, if he does this, to win 10 rounds of the development category. So, final race of 2013. Titles decided. Wood is the champ. Walsh is watching. Owen has got a chance here. Second row of the grid's interesting. Jack Perkins has that clear run down to turn 1. Taz Douglas is with him as well in the Arvo Beer Ford, but Owen's made a good jump. Two-time Dunlop Series champ has got it rolling down towards turn 1. Jack Perkins is up. Oh, big crash in the background. Yep. Marcus Zukanovic's in the fence in the action Ford. Perkins is second. Taz Douglas around the outside on Andrew Jones, but that is not what Marcus wanted. This is the ex-Evans Motorsport David Reynolds car. He just wanted a nice, solid... Oh, another crash.
Oh, you're kidding.
Michael Hector, Aaron Tebbett together. And this has been one of the factors all year in the Dunlop Series. Too much crashing, too many wrecks, and too many safety cars.
Well, I mean, the thing is, to be honest, the guys should have been hard on the radios after that pit straight crash there and told the guys there's going to be a safety car, there's no question. So that, you know, I don't know, obviously we didn't quite see what happened there, but that's crazy.
This will tell us the story. This is on board with Andre Heimgartner. That's a slow Bob Jane T-Mart's car. That's Rodney Jones slow away. Zukanovic was coming on through, got clipped and ran off the front of it into the fence. And I'd say Jane's got damage. Look, smoke from that car, and he's pulled it up around the next corner. So he was slow away. There's Zukanovic. He's made a good start. Oh, he's just clipped him on the way through.
Yeah, look, there's not much in that. And the Sydney Olympic Park circuit here is very unique, and the straight has a bit of a kink in it, and then obviously widens out at the end. So,
this is with Rodney. Slow away. He hasn't moved across. It's just the case that there was just...
Yeah, look, I think Rodney might have just veered a fraction in that last instance, but...
it's just been the smallest of touches.
Yeah.
And then there's a separate incident around the corner because Rodney's independent of the Hector and Teb problem. He's got a damaged car and just pulled over and stopped. There's the crash
going on
in front.
Up the road, yeah.
This is with Heimgartner. He's trying to get past the limping Rodney Jane, but the crash has already happened. Up in front. Look at the wall. Look at the wall on the left. Yeah, look at that massive black mark.
Huge crash. You can see that there's a wheel and an axle on the right-hand side of the road.
This will tell more. Okay, so he got spun around. Then they tried to go on with it. Then they went on with it.
Right.
And they've just headbutted onto the fence. So
I mean, you know, again, to be honest, you can get hooked up in these circumstances.
That was 3 wide there. That's a racing thing. But then Teb stayed.
Nah, that's just silliness, guys. Come on.
The highs and lows of motorsport. Ash Walsh, so disappointing when you had such a good run yesterday. Just tell us what happened coming onto the front straight.
I was just warming up the rear tyres coming out of the last corner and had an axle snap. So it's one of those things, you know, you crack test everything before the round, but, you know, it's one of those things that happened. So I'm really happy with the way the weekend's gone so far, so it's okay.
It's been a great year for you, and we look forward to you next year in 2014.
Thanks very much.
I'd be proud too if I could grow a beard like that, Richard. It might take me a couple of years just quietly. We'll take a break.
Struggling,
I know. We'll take a break. Safety cars out at Sydney Olympic Park. Steve Owen leads in the final race of the Dunlop Series. Well, we're rolling around, we're building up, we're hoping to get a green flag this time by. In fact, we're hearing word that we will get a restart. The first green flag flying laps for this final race of the Dunlop Series for 2013. This will be the end of lap 6. Steve Owen will get us back to the control line.
Let's go, boys. Let's make it a clean one.
Jack Perkins will go with him here. Taz Douglas is third for Image Racing. Then Andrew Jones in the Kitten Commodore. Chris Pither's next. Aaron Russell's in the queue. Cam Waters, the champ Dale Wood. Drew Russell and Nick McBride. That's the top 10. Casey Stoner restarts in 11th spot. And Steve Owen trying to get some heat into those tyres. That's why he's weaving. And they're trying to stay away from what's been put on the road to soak up some of the coolant and the oil that's spilled out from the crashed cars.
Yeah, a lot of coolant in that straight there. So Steve dodging it. You don't want to lock on that first tyre. The tyres are still, first lap, the tyres are still cold. Don't want to lock a brake. Really tricky braking area this. There's a big dip and it's pretty well right where the cars need to put a lot of pressure on the pedal, so hard to manage.
There's George Mediki, the iSeek Ford, moving on through. This is tight, side by side. Aaron Russell to the left, Cam Waters down the inside. Dale Wood going for the spot as well.
Little touch there.
Ooh, got it done though.
Yep. Dale will be wanting to finish off on a high. Obviously, he's got nothing to lose now. He wants to get that GB galvanising Wilson Security Falcon all the way up the front.
And that car is ex-Ford Performance Racing. It's the car Will Davison won the final race of the, I guess it's the car of the past era, isn't it, in the main V8 Supercars Championship last year.
Lots of very good pedigree cars at the front of this field. Dale having a bit of a sniff up the inside. You can see this little complex, very tricky. The run-up here is really important because, believe it or not, it is, if you get it done right down here and you're close enough, you can have a little dive. Look at the boys there. GB Galvanising champions. Great bunch of guys, GB Galvanising.
Here's one they prepared earlier.
Yeah, that's right.
He did really only have to finish in the top 10 yesterday, even if Walsh won race 1, so...
Did manage to give everyone a scare, though. Believe me, I was watching on TV, and I thought, Dale. Big move from Taz, down the inside of Jack.
For second spot, through he goes. Arvo Beer Ford picks up the spot. Perkins not done with yet. That's the ex-Jonathan Webb car that Jack's driving. Taz is in the ex-Shane Van Gisbergen SP Tools Ford, which probably last time we were here in Sydney 12 months ago, better known for hitting the Porsche medical car at one stage. Something weird. Andrew Jones behind, that's the old Jason Bright Team BOC Commodore. Chris Pither in the queue, that's Fabian Coulthard's old car. So 12 months on, these cars still turning in plenty of speed. Oh, he's looking again there.
Not a nice place to try and sneak up the inside.
Just behind Cam Waters, former Formula Ford champ, former winner of the Shannon's Supercar Showdown. He's driven this year for Bruin Beasley's Minder team. That's one of the ex-Gary Rogers team's cars. But Owen clearing away here. He is certainly on target to win race and round.
He has been the class, really. He and Ash Walsh yesterday really put some space in between them and the rest of the field. But there's a good battle happening behind here. Chris Pither's doing a good job. This is probably one of the higher positions he's been this year.
Best of the year, for sure. Qualified career best in the Dunlop Series. We've seen him win in V8 Utes before, but he's probably underachieved this year for the level of experience that he's got and the car that he's got himself into. But this is a much better run this weekend. This is back in the pack with Gary Jacobson. First time in V8s this year for him with the Sonic team. This is the ex-Dean Fiore Jim Beam car from last year, and once upon a time this was the Fabian Coulthard Wilson security car. So 888 chassis run by the Michael Ritter team based in Melbourne and flying the flag for Bob Jane T-Marts now that Rodney Jane is parked and out of this one.
Yeah, Gary was a Formula Ford competitor last year, or had been for a few years before that, and decided to make the step up to the Dunlop Series this year.
One of the contenders too for Mike Cable, Young Gun Award winner for the best first-year driver in the championship, Morgan Haber.
Wow, isn't that a great shot?
Oh, not for Morgan, not for Matthew White, who owns the car either. Just launching off that chicane. Aaron McGill's having a crack behind as well.
Yep, what's going to happen here, though?
That's sideways too.
Yep.
Gets away with it, so you can't say that they don't try in the Dunlop Series.
This is getting really heated here. Dale really wants to get past Cameron here. Tricky place up there. You have a bit of a dip and a surface change all in the one area, and it can have a massive effect on the brakes. And if you just run half a wheel wide at that corner, it sucks you into the tyre barrier. Dale right up the inside.
Here we go. This move's nearly on. Not quite.
Not quite.
You'll notice too that we've started timing the countdown on the left. So when we get down to 0, it's +1 lap. So it will be a time certain finish for this one. Obviously a long safety car to clean up the mess with all of those cars that were involved in that lap 1 accidents, not accident. This is Andre Heimgartner, young Kiwi, Finance Easy Ford, the Maury Pickering sponsored and run team. Maury stepping in himself in the other car this weekend, run from the Paul Morris workshop on the Gold Coast back in P19. Won a race, actually, Andre, Queensland Raceway, the reverse grid race. A good, young, up-and-coming Kiwi. He's probably the next guy after McLaughlin and Van Gisbergen and Coulthard to come on through.
Had a good race with Andre in Carrera Cup last year, actually.
George Medicki, iSeek Ford. He's had a bad weekend. It's got worse now. This is the ex-Lee Holdsworth Irwin car from last year, run by Matt Stone's team. He's the last man standing for MSR in this one.
Yeah. Now, George has had a terrible weekend. He's really obviously hoping for a lot more, but that's what can happen on the streets.
That's right. This is Drew Russell in the black Ford, the ex-Steve Johnson Jim Beam car. Casey Stoner.
Casey's in there.
Yep, in the Pertec Red Bull car. This is the Craig Lowndes Bathurst winner from 2010. It's been purchased, I mentioned yesterday, by the Eagleston team that run Jack Perkins. They're running 3 cars next year, which is a major investment. But the pedigree of this car is pretty damn good. It
is. And Casey looks like he's got a bit of pace on here. Here we go, Dale Wood again.
Waters in turn, trying to get a move on Pith. Little bump.
This is where you've got to be really careful. This is where the Lowndes and Winterbottom incident happened yesterday.
Oh, yeah, that didn't get people fired up, did it? Have a look at Wood. He's not going to cruise and collect this championship. He's going to hustle and muscle on Cam Waters.
He's got plenty of pace and he wants to get by and see if he can get out after the next group. Out
front, Steve Owens cleared away. Margin Richo is 2.3 seconds. He's on target for the race and round win. And you know that move from Taz Douglas on Jack Perkins got him second for the race, but it also puts him tied on points with Jack for the round, and he pinched second for the weekend because they're tied. So it goes to the count back for this race. So that'll be Taz's best ever round result in his quite long Dunlop Series career. That's right. Great move by Casey then. He's really got some good pace going. It'll be good to see Casey finish off on a high for sure. Waters straight ahead, down at turn 2, through the tyre bundles, back out the other side. Now, my take on that is if you miss chicanes, you need to give away a spot. You can't have no penalty. Well, look, it's the old thing, you know. You obviously, if the chicane wasn't there and there was a solid wall, you'd have a crash and you wouldn't be able to return to the track. So, yeah, that's a bit of a tough one, but unfortunately, you've got to draw a line in the sand, and if there's no advantage gained, then you can maintain your position. Dale's getting a bit frustrated here. He's definitely got a lot of pace. You can see it in the way that he's menacing, and Waters is acting defensive as they roll up and over the crest past the Novotel. Yeah, look, this is getting hairy here. All the guys are bunching up, and Cam's really holding up the train. Now Waters goes defensive again. That'll get Woods' ear up. That'll get him angry and frustrated. I wouldn't be surprised. Bad sportsmanship flag just given just before you said it. Race control advised us that, well, this will be the last lap anyway, so we're not going to be able to do anything about it. No, exactly. Dale Wood might take it into his own hands. Oh, you know, Dale's close enough now. We'll be interested to see what happens. The good thing is down here, even if Cam goes narrow like he is... Shock me. OK. Dale's on the outside. There's a good opportunity for the crossover here because Dale would then be on the inside for the next run up the straight. But Aaron Russell's in the zone as well. He's keen. Right. He knows what Wood's trying to do, and he almost filled the gap now. Now Wood's got it. Russell will go with him as well in the ex-Tim Slade Lucky 7 car. And Wood finally gets on through position 6, but he goes through the chicane. It's all on. And he loses the spot that he worked so hard to get. There's another one here. And Russell not quite overlapped. This is where the fight is. By the way, Steve Owen does lead the race. That's right. He's doing it comfortably out front. This is where the action is, though. It's for 6th place. Casey Stoner's in there as well. Drew Russell's joined. Nick McBride, Jeff Emery, Paul Morris. They've all closed on in. Cam Waters has been the cork in the bottle here. Oh, that's close. Can you tell? It's the last race of the year, last lap. Last lap, last race. Let's see what happens in the next couple of corners. Dale's going to have a go. Wood, though, he's up for it. He's got it done this time. Take 2. Great job. Great job. So the champ's going to finish off, having really enjoyed his racing. His teammate, Steve Owen, will claim back-to-back round wins. He becomes the most winning man in Dunlop Series history. 10 round wins. Well done, Taz Douglas. Fantastic on the podium too. Fantastic result. PB in 2nd. Perkins is 3rd for the weekend. Well, at least he had some fun for that last race. Comes home in 6th. He's the champ for 2013. Well done, Darwood at MW Motorsport. Went to the race meeting, bought the T-shirt.
Nice, nice.
Steve Owen picks up another race win, another round win. That wraps up the Dunlop Series for 2013. Douglas and Perkins, as we mentioned on the podium. Chris Pither, another great drive. Wood Waters, Aaron Russell, Casey Stoner in position 9 in his last run for the year. Drew Russell rounds out the 10th. Well, 7 rounds are down. We are done in the Dunlop Series, and Dale Wood is the champion. He sealed the deal yesterday, but he had to work hard for his 6th place in today's race, and don't you reckon he loved it? He's clinched the title for Matthew White's team. He's won the 14th Development Series for V8 Supercars. Ash Walsh has had a great year. He finishes 2nd in the championship. Andrew Jones, the former champ, 3rd from Jack Perkins and Steve Owen. Taz Douglas's great last weekend of the year takes him up to 6th, and Cam Waters rounds out the top 10. But let's head down the lane. Rihanna is with our new champ.
Yeah, the new champ and his biggest little fan here, Jackson Dale Wood. Officially now we can say congratulations. The year's over, the racing's done. You are the Dunlop Series champion.
Well, I'm glad that one's over. I'm not the champ. This guy's the champ, but had to fight for that race. That was pretty tough. Old Cam Waters opened the doors and then some, so that was bloody good. I'm glad now that it's all done. Park it up, put that trophy on the mantelpiece, and spend some time with these two.
Get up there and enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
For the round, Steve Owen claims the round for Matthew White. His Darwood's teammate Taz Douglas and Jack Perkins will join him on the podium. The 2 Brad Jones racing cars, 4th and 5th with Andrew Jones and Chris Pither. Cam Waters next from Darwood. The Russell boys in the top 10. They've had a very good year updating their gear to FG Falcons, and Casey Stoner rounds out the weekend in the top 10 for the final round of the Dunlop Series in 2013. But for the final time this year, let's head to the podium with Mark Beretta and spray some champagne.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2013 Dunlop Series Round 7 winners.
A great way to round out the Dunlop Series for 2013. Steve Owen, Jack Perkins, Taz Douglas. We saw them all, of course, in the Pertec Enduro Cup. We might head, though, back to Mark Beretta.
Introducing the 2013 Dunlop Series champion. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please congratulate Dale Wood, GB Galvanising Wilson Security Racing. The Dunlop Series champion trophy is Mr. Kevin Fitzsimmons, V8 Supercars Operations Manager for Dunlop. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2013 Dunlop Series champion.
Well done indeed to Dale Wood and the entire GB Galvanising team. As the champagne is sprayed in Sydney, we already set our sights forward to Adelaide. We'll see you next year.